Hey guys, just wanted to touch base and let you know that I'm using a different camera and just trying something different. I switched over to a GoPro just to try for certain things. It's got a much wider angle view for doing up close stuff, and I can also mount it on a bunch of my equipment so I can have my hands free a lot more, which in turn will encourage me to film more. So we're going to try this out, and we'll start out with, I got some video footage of, I ran the tractor out the other day. It was frozen in the pasture, and I moved some manure around with the bucket, and I've been stockpiling it this winter down in the pasture so I can spread it as soon as the ground hardens up this spring and the grass starts to green up. And then after that, I headed down back the other day with it and started cutting firewood for our own use, which I finished up that day. So anyways, I'm gonna throw those clips up on and let you see with the footage of that and see how the camera worked, and then I'll catch you guys back in here. Hey guys, it's Thursday morning. I went down back yesterday and finished cutting our own firewood for our own use, and now we're going to go down and start cutting it up and processing it and get it all cut to length and split. So I'll take you along with the GoPro and we'll see how it goes. I've been at it for about an hour, making a little dent. Try to work the tops back, makes it a lot easier, and then just pull the wood out and make a windrow as you go. Then when you start splitting, you just start at one end and work your way through it. Gaining slowly. Well, I've been at it a couple hours, made a pretty good dent in it. I'm gonna go up to the house, take a little break, eat a snack, and I gotta run to town for a couple things, and this afternoon I'll probably come back down and finish cutting it. So, it'd be nice to get this out of the way before it gets hot out. Past couple years I've waited till it was about 95 degrees and humid before I decided to do my firewood, so I'm trying to do the smart thing this time. But we'll head up to the house and come back to this later, hopefully. So I got back from town and the field actually softened up. The sun come out, it got a little warmer than I thought it was gonna today. So I didn't make it down back to finish cutting that firewood, but tomorrow morning it's supposed to be cold again. I'll go down and finish that up. But this afternoon it's windy out and there's just not much to do outside right this minute. And I thought I'd take the time to actually have a little fun. I don't know if any of you who watch this carry concealed weapons or are interested, but so I thought I'd share with you what a real nice, I think, pistol that's affordable, and it's a Taurus G2C 9mm. You know, real basic. I think I paid under 300 bucks for it, or I know I did. It came with 2 clips. Real basic. What I like about it is it has a thumb safety and it has a round in the chamber indicator. This sticks up when there's a round in the chamber. It's a semi-automatic, holds 12. That's quite a bit. I don't keep one in the chamber when it's inside, even though I keep it up for safety reasons. But I'm gonna go outside and I try to fire it at least once every other week. I'll put 12 or 20 rounds through it just to stay used to it, make sure everything's firing right. There's nothing worse when you need to use it if something was wrong. So if you got one, don't just leave it sitting in the closet or in your dresser or in your holster and never fire it. You need to fire. If you got one of these, you need to fire it as much as you can afford to shoot ammo, because it's kind of useless if you don't know how to use it. So we'll go outside. I've been working on quick draw, just pointing and shooting and hitting your target. That's real important. You know, if you just slow, you know, you start out slow, hitting your targets, and you just trigger pull, but your real main focus is just pulling up and being able to hit your target. So we'll head outside and put a few rounds through this Taurus. You'll get to see what it's like. This one over here is the female. She's a lot more blocky than he is. He's kind of scrawny, but I'm sure he'll catch up someday here. I gotta deworm them soon. They've had diarrhea. I put them on a round of scouring pills, which is an antibiotic. It didn't really touch their diarrhea, so they got a virus and probably worms. So I get ready to deworm them. I'll go over that with you. So and then one of these have developed pretty loose stools, and I got to keep an eye on it because they can pick up. I'm not sure if they picked up something from one of the calves, or it's spring of the year and they can drink stagnant water that's out there and pick up, you know, a parasite or a virus that's out in the pasture, which is more common. There's a word for it, but I forgot it. So neither of these are acting weird, and I've seen it working at the dairy farm, and I just got to keep an eye on it. They also have some really rich second crop, so it's a combination, I think, of it being spring, it's wet out, and it's really rich feed. So I'm gonna have to really watch them though, because I can't afford to lose one of these before I butcher them. And I don't think it's anything to worry about though. Yeah, out. If there's any trampled on feed, I use it as bedding, usually at nighttime. It cuts down and there's no sense in throw it out and waste it. Might as well just use it as bedding. So the feeder doesn't cut down all the waste, but it sure does help. So